Lately, when I take my baby out for a walk, I keep noticing the wild raspberries ripening by the roadside. Every walk feels like nature offering me free little snacks. Moments like these remind me we actually live in so much abundance. It's just a matter of whether we are paying attention. I allow myself to see the abundance and support around me. Today, I want to talk about work. How do you feel about your work right now? When you think about it, what comes up in your heart? Besides surviving, making money, and keep life going, does your work make you feel like I'm living out some kind of meaning? Or does it feel more like a daily routine you just go through on repeat? You've probably heard the Japanese word ikigai. It means the reason you wake up in the morning, your purpose for living. In the West, people often explain it as the overlap of 4 things: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. When your work touches all 4, that's your ikigai, your soul's true calling. Sounds dreamy, right? But when people consider turning what they love into a career, in Chinese we often hear, interest can't put food on the table. The truth is, the reason interest can't pay the bills often isn't because your passion has no value. It's just that we haven't yet learned how to monetize them, take responsibility, or transform passion into service or products. That phrase is often just a form of self-protection. If we feel like we can't find work that matches our soul's calling, it's often because that kind of job doesn't exist yet. Of course, we can't find it. You have to create it yourself. When you are willing to carve out a path for what you love, instead of living it as just a dream, you are already on the road to your soul's calling. My passion deserves to be valued, and it has the power to create real impact. I am worthy of being seen and recognized for what I love. Let me share a bit of my story. I once thought I had found my ikigai, only to realize later I was still on the road of exploration. In college, I studied economics. My parents thought it was a stable choice, but deep down, I always knew what I loved most was drawing. After graduation, I didn't go to anything econ related. I became a 2D artist at a gaming company. In Taiwan, our jobs usually don't pay well, but since I don't have financial pressure at home, I could freely choose art. A few years later, I went to the US to study illustration and became a freelance illustrator. My career went really well. At that time, if you'd asked me if I'd found my ikigai, I would have said yes. I love illustrating, I was good at it, I have plenty of clients, and I feel like I was creating beautiful things for the world. Though it sounds simple, the whole process was actually filled with trial and exploration. Often, it was only after I started doing something that I'd see the next step. For example, at first, I just thought, as long as I can draw, I'm happy. But once working, I realized I wanted to develop my own style, not just draw to meet company or market demands. When preparing for study abroad, I thought about animation too, but eventually focused on illustration. After graduating, I took on all kinds of freelance projects and gradually learned to be more selective. Each stage was part of slowly clarifying the direction I wanted. Every step I've taken has sharpened my ability so I can better serve my soul's calling. I deserve to have work that makes me shine. Yet, even with a good income, after a few years, I felt unsatisfied again. Sure, the market wanted my work, and creating beautiful illustrations was nice, but I felt like something was missing, a deeper sense of contribution to the world. In other words, maybe I had misunderstood the what the world needs part of ikigai. It's not just about market demand or making pretty things. It's probably more about value, meaning, and impact. I long to offer something more valuable to the world. While I had great illustration skills, I was most packaging other people's messages, and some of those, frankly, didn't feel meaningful to share. I realized it was time to share my own message. That's when I started looking inward, searching for my message. Becoming an illustrator felt like beating level 1. The breaking through was daring to live my true self, leaving behind the safe economics path for the passionate but uncertain art world. But soon, I realized I was facing level 2. This time, the challenge was about exploring the deeper meaning between myself, my work, and the world. My pursuit of meaningful work no longer fit neatly into the 4 ikigai circles. If all is one, maybe each of us really does have a most fitting role. Just like a brain cell isn't more important than a liver cell, and forcing a liver cell to act like a brain cell wouldn't help the whole system. This work doesn't have to be some existing job. It can be a completely new kind of work you create by combining your unique skills. The point is, the world needs the one and only you to do this one and only work. Because you are the one best suited for it in the whole big picture. You were born and designed to carry out this exact kind of service. I realized that my level 2 exploration was diving deep into the soul. At this point, I encountered hypnosis and began exploring the subconscious world. Being a hypnotherapist and being an illustrator seems like 2 totally different things, but helping people heal through hypnosis gave me the sense that I was truly making a meaningful difference. Even though it didn't earn money as efficiently as my illustration work, the sense of contribution was far greater than, say, designing packaging for some product. I also started combining my illustration skills to help deliver nourishing messages to the subconscious. Once again, I embarked on a journey of exploration, continually trying, learning, and gradually clarifying my direction. Because I'd already had the experience of breaking through level 1, I could see that now I'm on a similar path, just facing a bigger challenge. Even though the road ahead wasn't clear, my heart was steady and confident. Later, I learned from my birth chart that I've been walking exactly on the path I was designed for. Every choice, every career turn was pushing me step by step toward my soul's work. This made me trust even more in the kindness of the universe. That if we follow its guidance and don't let ego fear control us, we will eventually find and walk the path we are meant for. If I had followed my ego's fears, I might never have had the courage to leave the safe economics track for illustration. If I had stayed in my comfort zone, I probably would have just kept freelancing, taking on projects that slowly drained me. Along this journey, I've continually been learning to trust the universe's arrangements. Trust means that even when what you want hasn't yet happened, you still believe it will, and you walk the path with peace. I trust the universe, and I trust my inner guidance. They will lead me where I need to go. Right now, I'm still in the middle of breaking through level 2. When I fully step into it, I'll share more with you. Finding your soul's calling doesn't always happen in one shot. Sometimes you only know where to explore after you start doing. And through step-by-step exploration, you gradually figure out who you are. Often, it's so unique that the moment you start picking work based on what's lucrative or what people will support, you've already strayed off track. And I have to be honest, even if you find your soul's calling, there will still be low points, doubts, and inner struggles. The difference is, you all know, even if the road is hard, it's worth walking. I won't envy the monkey climbing high. Sure, that's awesome, good for them. But I know I'm a fish, and my path is to swim far or swim deep. You don't need to find your soul's calling right away. You just need to start doing things that make you feel most like yourself. What makes you feel most like you? When do people around you say you are the most alive or energized? How can your passion create value for others? These clues will guide you toward where you are meant to go. Coming back to the opening question, how do you feel about your work? I invite you to see it from another perspective. Work shouldn't be just about survival, but about living out your existence. You didn't come here to work. You came here to live out your reason for being through work. I allow myself to slowly explore the answers because they will surely come. The world needs the real me, and I'm gradually living it out. My unique gifts are guiding me onto a unique path. If you enjoy this episode and want to support this kind of content, please consider subscribing and joining us on Patreon. Also, feel free to leave a comment. What's the thing you most want to change in your current work? Or have you already found your soul's calling? Your story might inspire someone else. Whatever form your support takes, I'm truly grateful.